Hey, welcome into the Mystery Fifth Hour. It's presented every single time by McCurry Van Car Rental. Thank you for joining us. Give us a thumbs up and make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel and you've set your alerts so you always know when we're live. We're live 9 to 1 every day, but we do some specialty programming. You'll get an alert if you set those alerts and follow us on social media at Next Round Live. All social media is at Next Round Live. This gentleman to my right here is the rock star, Sean Henniger.
Hey, good.
He is always with us here on the Next
How
Round.
soft are Brown's hands?
Pretty soft. Mine are pretty soft too.
Somebody told me recently I've got some of the softest hands they've ever felt on a man. This was a female that said that. And I wanted to say.
I hear this story like every year, it seems like.
Oh, no.
Didn't somebody tell you 5 years ago you had the softest hands?
You know, one thing with Dunaway is you can never repeat any story. Like if you try to repeat something, I'm like, I came up on the show June of 2019.
Well,
we can never use
I'm
it
just
again.
saying, I mean, is this a different person other than the person
Yes,
5
I
years?
had not met this person until recently, Jim.
My goodness. You must have the softest hands ever.
I probably do.
Of all the people, you should know.
You should know.
I did point out to Forrester when we were in the bathroom earlier during the show that you play too much golf when you have a permanent callus right there in your hand.
Are you a righty or a lefty?
That's a left hand holding the club, where that one's from. I will not show you the calluses on this hand.
Where's the callus on your left hand?
Yeah.
That's a bad grip. If
Yeah,
you
you're
got a
not
callus right
hitting
there.
right.
It is. I knew Brown would say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a weak grip.
Yeah.
My permanent are right there. I got 2 permanent
Mine's
golf
up here.
calluses. Yep.
Right here.
From the guitar?
From the guitar?
No, from a grip. Club.
He is Jim Dunaway with the bad callus in the wrong spot for gripping a golf club. We're going to need lessons on that. And that is Lance Taylor, who is still wearing the awesome Jordan kicks.
Callus free, probably.
Huh?
Callus free, probably.
Yeah. Do you have any calluses?
So when I do play golf, which is not much, I always get them, but no. And I used to have my baseball, but no.
I used to row that water rowing machine. I still have it. It would give.
God, I hated that damn thing.
But I had to wear gloves to the point where, like, cause you get so sweaty. But I haven't done it in 3 or 4 years, and I still have a callus under my right here.
How far did you row? As long as you
I
rowed?
would try to go 3 miles. It was all measured in meters, so I had to learn how to do meters.
You had to be British.
So I think what is it over
3.2.
1,600 meters was a mile, I think. But 12. I can't remember. But I would do 3 nights a week row, and I'd run 3 days a week, and then I just had a child and quit.
Yeah.
Oh.
That reminds us, if you're watching where they do use the metric system, give us a thumbs up and like and support us here.
That's right. The thumb is the same, either metric or in
The other.
What do you call it?
The other. Metric and the other.
And the other one that only we use for some
You know,
reason.
it's just weird. Like, so the thumbs up, obviously you get that emoji now, but like I always associated the thumb with hitchhiking growing up. I don't know if you guys did. But it seemed like that was the number one use for the thumb.
Yeah, you just don't see many hitchhikers anymore. It used to be more.
I try to pick them up all the time, though.
Yeah.
If you go down by Brookwood, you'll see a lot of people that are homeless. It's a different homeless person every day.
Yeah.
At the bottom of
I've
Brookwood.
seen them on a cell phone, but
Different guy every day.
yeah.
I always thought a thumb was a bad thing because apparently I always had it up my ass, according to my dad.
Wow.
Why are you sitting over there with a thumb up your ass? Get up and do something.
Aren't
This
there
bounce up and down, Jesus.
aren't there some cultures where that is
There's Asian cultures
where
that are-
that's an insult?
Yes.
Well, if you're not insulted by it, give us a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate that. And visit McCurry Van Car Rentals, the local rental company you can depend on. All kinds of vehicles to choose from. It includes trucks, SUVs, and passenger vans, and they make it easy to rent, get you in and out fast. Locations in Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest. Call and reserve your rental today. 256-559-1003. That's 256-559-1003. Or McCurryRentals.com.
So I'm the only one that's ever heard that Southern.
No.
No,
that
I've
my
heard
dad
it.
said.
I mean, I've heard your thumb up your ass. I've heard get your head out of your ass, which is a better example, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't that limber as a kid, I guess.
Can I say? Well, I don't want to.
No, go ahead and tell it. No, you
it's-
can't.
it's-
No, you've started now. You
because
cannot
now
stop.
it's a bad moment.
Of what? Of our show or for you?
No, for me.
Okay. Why get shy now?
I have a lot of because I won't say his name. So in high school.
I'm dying to see where we're going.
Yeah, this is
We're
very
going-
vague.
We're going from thumb up ass
Yeah,
to this
so
transition.
I don't, that's why I don't know if I can say it. It's all jokes, but still.
Is that the first time you got enema, or?
An enema?
Yeah.
No. I had an enema when I was in kindergarten. I had IBS. It was bad.
Don't you still do
But
them
my
for
mom got me a
fun?
DuckTales puzzle the next day.
Don't you do them for fun still?
Yeah.
Did that make it better?
Well, because you got to give some. I was like, what, 5 or 6?
DuckTales
I got
puzzle.
a DuckTales puzzle that was like 6 pieces. You saw it? I'm getting there.
I've got
I'm getting
4.
there. I got to find where the hell the beak is.
Get Scrooged once you got Scrooged?
What's going on with your mic? It's just hanging out of your shirt.
I'm sorry, guys.
You're all right, man.
Can we start over?
We cannot start over. It was gonna.
All right.
you're
So
good.
we had, I had spent the night with a friend, and this was probably sophomore or junior year in high school, and he had one of those L couches. So he had one side, and I had the other side where he spent the night.
So your feet touched or your head?
No, I don't think. Maybe our feet.
Okay.
And-
I'm Batman. That guy?
No, not this is
Okay.
another. I won't mention his name because it's an embarrassing story. For both of us. I think it was just him and I. Like we may have had other people that may have left. I don't know. Oh, we had another person that was sleeping on the floor, and he had to leave early in the morning because he had baseball practice or something like that. So we didn't have him. So in the course of the night, probably about 6 a.m., friend A says to me, "I'm trying to put the context. I can't. It's so bad, but it's just my sense of humor."
I mean, my gosh.
Said.
So you're a sophomore in high school?
Yeah, well, I had a dirty sense of humor since I was
Right.
5. So he says,
Have you ever seen Rockstar this flustered?
well, because I don't care about saying the story. I just worry about y'all's reaction.
Okay.
He said, "Are you awake?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes like, "Could you do me a favor?" And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Could you stick your pinky in my ass?"
What?
It's his joke. I go, "Why a pinky?" And he was like, "I don't know. I just want to start small." I go, well, "Yeah, but wouldn't you want to start with to get it in there? Wouldn't you want me to start with my thumb?" And he said, "Just screw it. Just put your whole fist up there."
Oh my gosh.
And I said, "All right, just give me a second.
What kind of spend the night parties you
Just
have?
wait. Just wait."
Get that away.
So we're in the basement. And then 10 minutes later, his mother is at the top of the stairs saying, "Name a boy. Come upstairs, please."
Oh no.
So he goes upstairs, and I didn't think anything of it. I thought he was in trouble for something. Maybe we were too loud last night. And she said, he came back downstairs laughing. He's like, so during the night, somehow your foot hit the portable phone receiver and knocked it off the hook. And my mom was trying to place a call, and she heard that exact moment
Wow.
of what we just said.
timing.
And she asked me the big question, "Are you two?"
Yeah.
And she said, "I cannot believe my son has a mouth like that." And his friends have mouths like that. So just to confront her, I remember I had to leave. Like my mom called me, I got to leave because I didn't want to face her and everything. But all that transpired within the time that she had to pick up the phone and make a call. And then shove your pinky up there. Wouldn't you want the thumb? Just screw it. Just do the whole fist.
So you knew he was kidding from the beginning.
Oh yeah, we'd always do stuff like that. We'd always just try to make each other.
Like he was feeling him out a little
Yeah.
bit.
So the
literally
one-
feeling him out. He was the one that said we had dropped him off he was spending the night at my house, and we had dropped him off to get his car at another friend's house. And okay, we're going to meet at my house, and it was meeting another friend in my car. And he said, all right, he had one of those cell phones that was attached to the floorboard. And he's like, all right, my parents were just coming in from New York. I got to call them because they're just landing. I'm like, okay. So he pulls out in front of us, and we're driving in front, and behind him, he stops about a neighborhood later and pulls off on the side. And so he stopped, like, should we pull? What is he doing? Maybe he doesn't know where we're going. So I pull up next to him, and he's doing this. And we're like, dude, you all right? He goes, my parents just died in a plane crash, and like just crying. And we're like, I'm so sorry. He goes, I'm just kidding. I'll see you at the house. And he just peels out. That's the kind of friendship we had.
Nothing like good practical jokes.
But like he could cry on demand. Like
Do you still hang out with him?
I saw him. I played for his company for a crawfish boil about 3 weeks ago.
He's got a company now.
Yeah, not his company. The company he works for.
Oh, he
But so the
got
whole
started small with the
He was
pinky.
the one that said that you have your iPad, that your elementary school issued iPad that your kids have and everything. They monitor everything, and he said that the teacher called him like at 7 o'clock at night, saying you might want to go to your son. He's looking up something. He looked up. He just typed in girls' butts. I mean, he's probably 9 years old,
Jeez.
but he said I had to have the talk with my kid about
better than him. Ass play.
Yeah, pinky finger.
Then the
So
teacher
anyway, I
called
got
back and said, "Oh, we're just playing."
We were just playing.
Just kidding.
So go ahead. Where are we going to start?
Well, this is going to be a super awkward transition, but the Last Supper depicted in the Bible was also depicted behind our friend Roman Harper. Roman is one of the best guests we have. Even like last time he was on, there are Auburn fans at the chat room like, look, I'm a lifelong Auburn fan, but Roman is one Alabama guy I can like. I think everybody just likes Roman. He's a good dude. 2 interviews ago, he did his first interview in front of a painting of the Last Supper, and we referenced it. I don't know if you were there that day, were you? We referenced it, and he gave us a tour of the Last Supper painting he's got. So Jesus, at first, I thought Roman was in the place of Jesus, and I was like, this is going to be really, really awkward. But Jesus is still there, but instead of the 12 disciples, he's got family members and people he's always respected. Yeah. So it's a pretty cool painting.
Now, the problem is he's got Bill Cosby and Michael Jackson on there, but he said this was done a while ago, and Bill Gates.
Yeah, so he may redo it. So someone actually, so he's since done another interview sitting in front of the Last Supper, but now that our audience notices it, they're like, hey, you guys ought to do a topic in the Mystery Fifth Hour or whatever on people you would have in your Last Supper painting. So we're going to take family's obviously going to be in there. So Jesus is at the center seat. Who else would you have in your Last Supper painting?
So we're going 4?
Let's go 4. We'll go 4.
I would go Tommy Lasorda, the late great Dodgers
so it's an
manager.
Italian meal.
Gave me my first championship as a kid, and
he uses Ultra Slim Fast.
Yeah, and he
Did
was
you ever
always
meet
character.
Lasorda?
I did meet Lasorda.
Yeah.
Yep. He had a biography he did called The Artful Dodger. I actually read it too. I don't read a lot. And he signed that book for me in Fulton County. Yeah, he was a nice guy. And you never believe this. When you look at Lasorda, he's one of those guys that you've always known as the old, pudgy Tommy Lasorda look. He used to be a redhead.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, the only time I remember he was gray.
Yeah.
Gray and balding.
That's all I remember.
Yeah.
But reading the book, it talked about, he was a lefty, he pitched, and he was getting a lot of brawls. And he said that it was his...
His redhead temper, hot redhead temper.
Had a lot of Italian in him. I don't think I've ever seen a redheaded Italian, but Tommy Lasorda
That is kind
was.
of a weird combo, you're right.
Yeah, so Tommy Lasorda. I would go Magic Johnson, who's probably my favorite athlete growing up. I'd go Cooper Kupp now.
Yep.
And Lady Bird.
Lady Bird dealing a deck of cards?
Nope.
Smoking a cigar.
Lady Bird
Just combining all the great paintings?
Well, we were on our way back yesterday from Tennessee, and I stopped at a Taco Bell, and me and Lady Bird pulled in the parking lot because it's hard to eat anywhere with her.
We pulled in the parking lot.
We pulled.
You park over there, Lady Bird.
No, we stopped at the drive-thru. We pulled over. I spent $16 at Taco Bell just on us, and I had a Mexican pizza. Somebody had suggested I get the Gordito Crunch Supreme or something.
Yeah.
I got one of those, and then I got the nacho fries, which I'd never had. And so Lady Bird lit those nacho fries up. But so anyway, my point was she was drooling. She was loving it so much. She'd be just sitting at the table waiting on food.
She's waiting on the table scraps.
Yeah.
For me, I would have our buddy Charles Barkley.
Okay.
Seems like he'd enjoy a good meal at the table there.
Yeah.
Could keep the conversation moving, make Jesus laugh every now and then. I'd have Nick Saban, who would be there for me. I would have Tom Brady, who just seems angelic a little bit to me.
I know angelic.
He only won 1 Super Bowl, I know, but he would be good to have.
Only one for you guys.
One for me, yeah. But I mean,
the only one you recognize?
that's a big deal, right? Yeah. I mean, one there. I feel like to keep my mom happy, I'd have the late great Dale Earnhardt there. Can he be there? Can he be in heaven in there too?
Yes,
at the same
he can,
time?
because Michael Jackson's in his.
Yeah, I mean, this is.
This
And
isn't
then
real, by the way.
For an added bonus, Taylor Swift would be down washing Jesus' feet.
Oh, of course, because she's the only woman,
was
right?
the one that washed the feet.
Yeah.
Well,
Taylor could be cooking. You could have a picture of her ass back in the kitchen.
You had Mary in the Bible anointed Jesus' feet with perfume.
Okay, so that's where I was going.
Yeah.
Taylor's doing the anointing of Jesus' feet. That's what my Last Supper would look like.
and other people are bitching about where their seats are for Taylor doing that. I can't. I'm 6 seats back. I can't see. Mine would be.
There's a good chance that apparently Lunsford would have been sitting in the head guy's seat, and Jesus would come ask him to move, and Lunsford would gripe about it for 20 years.
Mine would be. I'm going with people that have in stages of my life. Of course, you're going to say Eddie Vedder would be there. Bill Murray would be there. Although I think
Comedian Bill Murray?
Yeah. No,
No, Bill Murray
His mailman.
lives 4 doors down. Nice
I
guy.
didn't know you liked Bill Murray.
as a kid, I loved him. And then as a younger kid, Pee Wee Herman. I don't know why, but he would have to be there because my God, I was obsessed. And then I would go Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
And Barry'd be like, "What am I doing here with these?"
Would you sit Barry next to Pee Wee Herman?
Yeah. I don't know. I was. It was a bad obsession. I did like 5 consecutive Halloweens where I wore my big B drugs Pee Wee Herman costume. I wore it every year.
Give us the impersonation.
I couldn't really do it.
That's actually.
I'm trying to use the phone.
It's like you got a little Pee Wee Herman and Bobcat Goldthwait in there too.
I never could do a Bobcat.
You've done Bobcat before when he's on.
It's just hard. That's
One Crazy Summer.
No, on Scrooged. That's the line you
that'll
gotta-
crush
Elliot
your
Loudermilk's
voice.
leaving early today. Wow, both mix of both worlds, Bill Murray and Bobcat.
That's right.
But the story in What Crazy Summer about his twin brother. Well, this is a story about a little fat kid who had a twin brother, but they didn't look alike, but he really wanted to. And people would pick on him and hurt him. Elliot, were you the little fat boy? No, but I used to beat the shit out of him. Why are you so fat? Why are you so fat? Isn't that a great story?
He didn't really. I mean, did he really talk like that, or was that a
No,
complete
he's a great
character?
director too. He directed the
Well, he's dead,
Father of
isn't
the
he?
Year. Yeah, no, He directed Robin Williams and Father of the Year.
Is Bobcat's dead?
I thought he died.
No,
Bobcat
Bobcat's not
Goldthwait.
dead.
He's not dead.
Bobcat is alive.
So he's directing films now.
Yeah, he's a director. He did.
But he just talks
think he
normal like
died.
me and you.
No.
That was all a
yeah,
character.
he used to do stand up too. I think he retired that character.
Didn't
Oh,
he
did
catch the somebody's sofa on fire?
Jay Leno.
Yeah.
He got banned from the Tonight Show.
Dead.
Hey, so anything we want to get banned from, all we got to do is burn their couch.
Burn a couch on fire.
He's still alive.
Bobcat is? How old is he now?
1962. What is that?
I'm going to guess. What were you going to guess?
63.
Yeah.
Is that what you were
No,
going to guess? Though?
61.
61.
Yeah. I don't know what I was going to guess.
Yeah.
Probably would have gone 61.
So who's at your table, bro?
So obviously we would start at Dan Marino, Miami Dolphin great Dan Marino.
The guy that was in Ace Ventura.
Yes, the guy that was in
okay.
Ace Ventura. So Dan Marino, I've had a chance to meet him twice. I've twice met Dan Marino. It was very, very nice both times.
Does Jesus wear rings? Because Dan Marino doesn't.
I don't think Jesus wears rings.
I was just asking.
I know. I mean, I like any
I've never
depiction,
seen Jesus with jewelry at all.
any
He wears
depiction I've
ankles.
ever seen, he doesn't have jewelry. Yeah, I would agree.
Same with Dan Marino.
Dan Marino. He's good.
Yeah, he did win a college championship, didn't he? No, he didn't.
No,
he didn't.
What an AFC
Damn.
championship.
He's wearing isotoners.
Yeah,
Herschel
AFC,
Walker.
AFC championship champ. So yes, Dan Marino would absolutely be at the table. I'd probably take Don Shula too. I know that's heavy Miami Dolphins though, but I go Dan Marino
okay.
and Don Shula. It is my Last Supper. I thought musician. Black Crowes are my favorite, but boy,
Chris Robinson looks like Jesus.
Chris Robinson is known to not be the nicest guy in the world. So I don't know that I would want him there, though. I really do like the Black Crowes. So
Jesus would look at him and say, "Nice outfit."
I'm gonna.
Hey!
Oh, everybody
twins.
needs dinner. Needs a little conflict at dinner.
Yeah, I don't want conflict. So I'm going to go George Strait. I'm going to go King George instead of Chris Robinson. I like the Black Crowes better than George Strait, but George Strait's my favorite country musician. So I'll go George Strait.
So a guy we know, his company was having a big outing in Vegas, and so he reached out to George Strait's people to see if they would do. A lot of these big corporate events will have these pre-concerts, and he said the one that he went to last year, Eddie Vedder opened for Snoop Dogg. How weird is that? Yeah.
Wow.
But he said that they reached out to George Strait. What do you think George Strait wanted to do? It was a 2-hour concert at a private event in Vegas.
Is this like he probably just an all one price?
Yeah.
They fly him out. I'm going to say George Strait for 2-hour event in Vegas.
Yep.
$250,000.
That's what I guessed.
What was it?
$325.
$2 million.
That's a little higher.
Well, I mean,
million?
my friend works with State Farm. This past year, they were celebrating a big, maybe 50 years, 100 years, whatever the State Farm anniversary was. And they had all their big people out in Vegas. And their big concert night, private show for just the State Farm people, was Garth Brooks.
Wow.
Oh, there's no telling what that costs.
Yeah. Now, this is when Garth, it was right before Garth came to Birmingham.
When he was doing the stadium tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that seems like that would be about $2 million.
Yeah. But they
George
actually
Strait private show just.
they
that's
played
a
it in the
ridiculous-
The
arena.
problem is it's a 2-hour show. Sometimes people are like, hey, can you play for 30 minutes? Like, you're basically just making a celebrity appearance to do your 5 of your greatest hits and get off stage. But a 2-hour show is a full concert.
Yeah.
So that's probably why the price is
Yeah,
so
there's
high.
no way George Strait's making $2 million a concert though.
Oh,
Apparently he's not. He didn't
I
get the
think
gig,
he
did
I
he?
is.
wouldn't think he. I mean,
No,
think
I'm
about
going-
all
he's-
the money that's got to go out. To
He's on a
different people.
stadium tour right now.
And he did a residency out there, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did a residency. Like
Okay,
I'm
but
thinking,
the stadium
I'm
tour,
going-
who's he doing it with?
Chris Stapleton. He's the headliner, but he's doing Chris Stapleton and Little Big Town.
But you know, they're getting.
Well, they're getting a cut, but think
They're
about
getting
like.
their cut. The whole crew and cast.
But I'm going. But they're doing. It's like the Taylor Swift deal. They're doing, I think, 3 nights in every stadium. That's the big thing now, I guess, on these stadium tours.
But I'm just saying, there's no way he's averaging 2 million himself.
Oh boy, I don't know, Lance, because I mean,
Taylor Swift's going to make 1.5 billion on her
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah, but her price point and ticket's going to be double at least theirs, wouldn't you think?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, what was the face on the ticket you bought?
Think they were 150 upper deck?
Yeah, I don't think it'd be that big a difference for 3 acts. And those 3 pretty good acts too. I mean, Stapleton and George Strait just by themselves. I'm going to see them at the Horseshoe at Ohio Stadium in Columbus. And I mean, they've sold out 3 nights there. Well, that's a lot of people, man. Think about how many people they can cram in the Horseshoe.
Yeah.
It's over 1,500
At least. Yeah.
I mean, shit, I would just do 10 shows a year, though.
Well, I mean, he just did a residency. I mean, I don't know how long he was there, but, you know, I see Katy Perry was wrapping hers up last weekend, I think, or coming up this weekend.
You going to miss that?
Well, I didn't make it to it out there, but, I mean, I almost went the night I was in Vegas. I was like, man, let's go see Katy Perry. She just started her residency. And U2, I think U2's about to open the new.
Yeah, there's something going on with him. I can't remember if it was Bono or U2.
I think it's U2. They're going to do a residency in that big circular thing they're opening up.
So Celine Dion did a very long residency out there. Now, there were rumors that her old man was down to the mob, right? That's why she was doing it.
Big gambling debts.
Yeah, big gambling debts. But
I think it's turning out that that's probably urban legend.
Well, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
no, I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that he was behind to the mob.
Yeah,
and that's the
I've
way-
heard it from people in Vegas.
Yeah, that's the way they got the money out of him.
And so that's how all these residencies started.
Oh
then?
no! I'm not
I've
suggesting
been doing those
that.
for. I mean, Wayne Newton was doing them 30 years ago.
But
40
Celine
years ago.
Dion
He
did
never
hers.
left. He just always was.
He's Mr. Vegas.
Yeah, but most acts seem like they do the residency at the tail end of their career. I think the thing about Celine Dion was she did hers almost in the prime of her career, and that's why everybody was like, "Why is she already doing a
Yeah.
residency? She can make money touring." And that's why it was believable that the mob needed the money, that her old man was behind.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the mob. I know that he owed a lot of sports gambling.
Yeah,
debts, gambling debts.
That's the rumor. It is the Mystery Fifth Hour. It is presented by McCurry Van and Car Rental. You can rent at McCurry by calling 256-559-1003 or McCurryRentals.com. That's 256-559-1003 or McCurryRentals.com. Now, we all bring questions to this. Rockstar has brought a question he doesn't actually have an answer to, I think, right? But Dunaway does?
I thought of one where it was just as a kid, you remember something you just threw a major tantrum, that you just had a meltdown, like stomping up the stairs and slamming the door, just crying, like where you just pounded the floor with your fist and just, I hate you, that kind of thing. I had a few of them, but there's not really one that really sticks out. And you said you did.
Well, there was one I remember is, I forget which cereal I wanted. I used to love Cap'n Crunch, but it was on a cereal aisle.
Wasn't Life, was it?
No.
Grape
Life
Nuts?
is,
It was
life is
at,
good.
It was at
Grape
West,
nuts were awful.
It was at the Western. We had a Western supermarket in Alabaster. And I remember like it was yesterday, and I know what LT is going to say, that I'm a redneck, but I was barefoot. I always had the grocery store feed.
So you were barefoot in the grocery store?
Barefoot in the grocery store.
That's on your parents. It's not on you.
Yeah. And I mean, it was so bad that I got where I was not allowed to go down the cereal aisle. They would
So that was punishment to you?
Yeah, I couldn't, because I would always want a different cereal or a bunch of cereal.
Well, because you'd see that there'd be a new toy, and like, well, we have Captain Crunch at home. It's like, well, no, because there's this new toy in the bottom. We got to get this one. Like, no, you have it at home, and you don't eat the whole box. You just want the toy. No, I eat the whole box. No.
Yeah.
And then you have a meltdown.
Yeah,
Tim, did
and it
you-
may have been something like that. It may have been like Sugar Smacks, which I didn't like, but it had a cool cartoon cover, and then
Dig
it
'em.
always had good toys in it. So it may have been like Sugar Smacks, and my nanny probably was telling me, well, we still have an old box of Sugar
Yeah,
Smacks.
last
at
time I
home.
got you
haven't
this
eaten.
box, it went stale.
Yeah, you only eat Captain Crunch, so I'm going to take it home. And I pitched a fit, got down on the floor, and
So you laid down on the floor of the grocery store already barefoot.
Do you remember, did you take baths in the morning or at night?
I'm pretty sure that back
They
then.
had to light the fire.
I'm pretty
to the
sure back
cauldron.
then I didn't take one every night. So if it was summer and I wasn't going to school, I probably
You climbed in the bed with those dirty ass feet.
Probably
Those-
did.
A lot of those sheets.
probably did.
That's why lightning struck that bed one time. Trying to clean it up.
And my grandmother was not afraid to whip you in public. And just in my memory, somewhere close by was also the ability for her to get a fly swatter. So it seems like one of those little hanging kiosks. There were fly swatters close by.
She whipped you with it and hung it back up.
Yeah, hung it back up.
Well, I remember I always threw tantrums because I always wanted that pink racquetball. But it was a pink bouncy ball that was always in the big ball thing.
Right.
I'd ask for that every time I'd get shut down, and I would just cry and cry because they know that I would play it with the car, and then it'd get lost in the car. Like I wouldn't care when I got home, but I would just melt down.
Y'all remember a place called Zare?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Couldn't you
so it
order
was-
out a catalog
So
there too?
yeah, probably. But I remember in the Sunday paper they'd always have a Zare fold out
Yeah.
and specials that were going on. But Zare had a good toy aisle, and so Zare was up there by our old station, up on top of where that standalone. It used to be a waterbed place.
Oh, yeah. It's
Right.
been a million things. It was a sports bar for a minute.
Yeah.
You
No,
remember?
remember
It was
steakhouse.
a high-end steakhouse
It was
slash
like
sports bar.
a great ice cream restaurant one time. It was
It was called Daryl's, wasn't it?
It was Daryl's. Original. That's what it was built for. Was a Daryl's.
And then it became a waterbed castle. And I remember for a minute, it was like they were trying to
sports
do a
bar
high-end sports bar. It was like a steakhouse and sports bar had a baby.
Yeah, they advertised with us way back.
They
in the
did.
day.
I remember going to lunch there.
Yeah.
But that Daryl's was cool because you could choose to sit like in the top of a British bus.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It was
Well, this
really
is cool. I'm not regretting this at all.
So anyway, Zare's was up there, right by Oz Records or Turtles, one of the two. And I went to Zare, and I remember I loved the Marvel and DC action figures. They were a lot different back then. They came in a box, I guess like most dolls do, I guess. But I remember having a meltdown for one of those. I don't remember if it was Aquaman or Green Lantern. But
Well, I
one of
remember
those.
having Nancy made me, because I used to say I played with myself. I played by myself.
There you go. That's much better.
But I had the Superman, the Super Friends action figure Superman. I remember I found one of my mom's nail filer, and I thought it'd be cool during my Superman episode that I was playing that day that he got the S rubbed off his chest. And so I was doing just digging into it with the nail filer until I erased the whole thing, and then you're done playing. It's the new episode's tomorrow, and I didn't realize you can't unerase what you just did. I had a meltdown about that.
You can't put the S back on the chest.
No, because I know but literally I rubbed it off with a nail file of his chest, and so
Yeah.
it was just a blank slate, and so I freaked out. And I remember having the scuba diver GI Joe using the scuba diving gear, and I remember I was playing on my lamp in my bedroom, and the light bulb was the sun. I don't know why there was a scuba diver on the sun, and I remember my dad had yelled that I got to go to soccer practice, so I just put him down on the light bulb.
No way.
I just placed him on there. And I remember we went to soccer practice. I remember we came home, we were like, the hell is that smell? And I remember going up to my room, and I remember, oh my God, he had burnt into, like nothing, there wasn't smoke or anything, but he had just melted, and a burnt G.I. Joe is the worst smell. It's like green smoke. He had burnt encased on the light bulb, and I never told them that that's what that smell was. But I think
And the light bulb was still working?
What, did you take the light bulb out and throw it away? Oh, so you never told them you just
no,
threw the
I
light bulb
remember
away?
because we were like, what is that smell? And I remember going to my bedroom going, oh yeah, I was playing. And
Well, you were lucky that didn't catch fire.
Yeah, I think
Burned the
I've done a
house
lot.
down.
Speaking of the plastic, I had a alligator I got at Alvin's Island. Fort Walton, my old man used to live there. And his roommate, a guy named Greg, had a Russian Afghan hound that was called Raduca.
I mean, among us.
Naturally.
Yeah.
But he'd keep that Raduca, and the Afghan hound's a big ass hound, and they can fly. He would keep it like locked in a big kennel all day. Well, Raduca got out somehow and ate my plastic alligator from Alvin's, and boy, I cried my eyes out. I had a complete meltdown.
Raduca, I hate you.
I mean, like, Alvin's had to have 1 billion of those. Like,
Yeah, this one was mine.
yeah. You could
Yeah, this was, I had a name and everything.
Oh, what'd you name it?
I don't remember. I remember Raduca being the dog. I don't remember the alligator's name.
Raduca, where's that name from?
Russian.
My mom named one of our dogs Shambola.
Shambhala for a 3-dog night.
Oh, is that where that's from?
Shambhala. Oh, yeah.
Is there a chance that she mispronounced it and that's what she was naming it?
Potentially, yeah.
I never
It's
even
a
knew that.
weird name for a dog.
I always like Shambola. I was like, what the hell? But that was the dog's name. I was a kid, Shambola.
My first dog was named Cornbread.
And mine was Drox.
Yeah.
Drox. You've mentioned that dog before. Where did that name come
So
from?
I think Drox, it was an old cookie. I think it used to compete
Hydrox
with
cookies?
I
hated
Oreos.
those. Yeah, I did not like those.
It's a rival.
Oreos were so much better. Hydrox just
I don't even
Hydrox was
remember that.
first,
I
though.
just remember Drox being the dog.
Yeah.
It's a good name, though.
You thought Oreos were better, though, right?
Yeah, but Hydrox was the one that started it, and they didn't get to
Yeah.
capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Now, I might bring back a Drox one day.
I
So
remember going.
Hydrox was first, and then Oreos came. Wow.
I remember going to First Baptist Sachs Vacation Bible School back in the day, and at snack time it was Kool-Aid and the Hydrox cookies, because you'd have the black bottom and the vanilla top. You remember? They would mix it that way,
Those were called
and I hated those.
duplexes or something like
Yeah,
that.
and the only other option was the lemon cookie that you used to put on your finger. You know what I'm talking about? It was like a ring. Do you know what I'm
I
talking
don't remember
You
that.
don't remember those? It might not have always been lemon flavored. Some of them probably like shortbread flavored. But it was a ring, and you could fit it on your pinky, and we'd always eat, we'd eat around.
Oh, those people that had those candy necklaces, they just
Oh,
melt
those
all
are
over their chest.
Awful. But I remember I used to, God, my cookie taste has changed so much because now I'm just like traditional chocolate chip. There's the one at the Fresh Market, the kitchen sink. Those are really good. But I used to there were two kinds. Do you remember the devil's food?
So it was like squishy. It was almost like a.
It was hard on the outside, but
hard
squishy.
outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it had a little cream in it too.
It was all chocolate. I don't know if it had any cream in it. It was a little dry on the middle. But I love the devil's food back in the day, and also like the Danish wedding cookies, the white ones.
Yeah, they're so crunchy though.
Oh,
They're
Did
messy.
you like the iced?
They are messy.
Did you like the iced animal
Yeah,
cookies?
those are the pink
Oh
ones.
yeah,
Pink iced
Yeah,
animal
I
cookies?
still like those.
I do too, but I didn't like the non-iced.
I
ones.
like the non-ice ones a little bit better now. I used to like the ice
Really?
ones better. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those devil food cookies, and they would come in the same sleeve, but they were so
Yeah.
big there was only like 5 of
No,
them in the whole pack.
Oh, I thought the Danish wedding cookies were in that pink bag.
Yep, pink bag.
Yep.
And they were messy.
Yeah.
And they had nuts in them too,
Yeah.
or just a couple of nuts.
Yeah, I remember because I was like, I hated nuts. Boy, I love nuts now. Take us home, Brown.
McCurry
Just start with the pinky.
Yeah.
Just start with the pinky.
McCurry
way
Van
into
Car Rental, the local rental company you can depend on. They got all kinds of vehicles to choose from, including trucks, SUVs, passenger vans. They make it easy to rent, get you in and out fast. Locations in Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest. Call and reserve your rental today. 256-559-1003. That's 256-559-1003. Or visit McCurryRentals.com. That's McCurryRentals.com.